Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you into the Let's Play episode of Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. So I'm not running the latest version. The new version actually kind of redoes the intro, and I'm going to save that for when I do another character. But anyway, guys, please sit back and enjoy for the next 18 minutes to entertain you, and let's jump right in. Alarm Chan, you're up, and let's go. Okay. That's right. Don't be a bad influence on this boy, got it? Oh, please, me? Bad influence? Huh. I needn't remind you, Nope, you really needn't. What was the voice I was doing for Ty? Perhaps Brian... Perhaps Brian will be a positive influence on Diego instead. We can only hope. Hey, what's wrong with me the how I am? Ty chuckled while Lucas remained as stone-faced as ever. During this exchange, a customer had approached the counter. Well, duty calls. I'll catch you later, Brian. See you tonight. Please excuse me while I prepare your drinks. I've been meaning to say, thank you for today. You did good. No problem. Do you think Dom has everything in hand? Like I said, nobody I'd trust more. From the short time I've known him, he's particularly responsible. Anyway, I've been meaning to ask, how did you get into the business? Well, I used to play in a band, but there wasn't a lot of venues to play in back in those days or promoters to set them up. So I got into the latter. Ty here got into the former. Wait, Ty? Was he in a band? Yep, we've known each other since we were kids. It only made sense to us, both being musically inclined and all. Now I'm curious, who did what? I played drums, a little cliche I know, but what can you do? Ty sang and played guitar. Ty? Singing? I'd never have guessed. I really hope I get to hear it one day. It's been a while for him, but I bet he's still got it. I would like to think that I do. Your drinks, gentlemen. Thank you. Thanks. You are most welcome. I apologize for not being able to join you, but I am needed in the kitchen. No problem. Catch you around. I'm sure I'll be seeing you again soon, Ty. I am sure you will. So, about Eric. What about Eric? What's his deal? What isn't his deal? I mean, sure, but that doesn't really answer my question. Well, this isn't a character study, but right now I guess that his pride will be hurt for a bit. He'll probably be an ass for a few days. Honestly, it's part of the reason I wanted him to take some time off. Hopefully it'll blow over by then. In general, he acts like a big man, but he's not. He's also a notorious hornball, so watch out for that too. I kinda got a taste of that earlier. Still, one difficult employee is better than two. Should have seen the guy I fired. What a nightmare. Those two, on the same shift, totally out of control. Anyway, unless you feel like playing psychiatrist, I'd give Eric a wide berth for a short while. And what if I do? I could take the bull by the horn, so to speak. Ha ha, very funny. Never heard that before in my life. Sorry, I had to. Lucas finished his drink and pat me on the shoulder. Well, I'm gonna head out. Need a ride anywhere? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I won't hold you up. Thank you for the offer, though. Anytime. I'll give you a call when I next need you. Oh, and here. Lucas reached into his pocket and pulled out a wad of 20s. For today. Oh, this is a lot. Are you sure? Dead sure. Shut up and take it. Gotcha. Lucas gave me another gentle slap on the shoulder before taking his leave. I took my last sip of pina colada before following suit shortly after. I had a few hours to myself. The only question is, how would I spend that out? How would I spend that time? Alright, so... Aside, let's see. It's side content. You can do unlimited side missions if you want. I made my way to the gym once again, knowing full well I'd likely encounter Kyrex again. Considering my attempts to keep him at a distance, perhaps this wasn't such a good idea. Should I work out regardless, or steer clear and avoid an uncomfortable encounter with Kyrex? Nah, let's stay and work out. I figured that what was the worst that could happen. I decided to work out, pervy lizard be damned. I made my way inside and looked around. No sign of him as of yet. Off to a good start. Noticing a tiny bit of excess pudge on my stomach, I made my first stop to the treadmill. I'm just gonna say this, having no pudge on your body is actually pretty unhealthy. Sure enough, I'd only been running for about 5 minutes before I saw Kyrex wandering out of the bathrooms. He spotted me and made a beeline towards me. It ain't my favorite new member. How you doing? I'm fine, just, running. Wouldn't mind a bit of cardio myself. Kyrex hopped onto the treadmill immediately to my right and began running too. Workout going good, and keep your motivation up? I'd say so. That's good. The joys of staying sexy, eh? Sure? And then makes me feel better than being mired. Makes all that hard work worth it. That's one reason to work out, I suppose. It's kind of like, I don't like relationships, you know? I've got so many options, it's stupid restricting myself to just one. Keeping it more casual is the way. It'll get all complicated when you do. Well, usually. Just don't stick your dick in crazy and you'll be right. I guess I just ain't ready to settle down yet, you know? Never have been, it's just ain't my style. What about you? I mean, for the right person I would. I'm not rushing anything, though. What happens, happens, I guess. I feel ya. I guess it's just, I'm young. Might as well live while looks are on my side. You could do the same if you wanted to. You're a good-looking guy. I bet you could have anyone you wanted. Well, I don't know about that. Hey, serious? Handsome mug like that? I mean, thanks, I guess. Don't mention it. just running next to you is making me hot and bothered. Are you sure that's not just the side effects of cardio? Ah, please, I know the difference. And I'll take your word for it. There was no mistake that Kyrex was buttering me up, and I had a fairly good idea of what he had in mind, too. Following my run, I'd moved to an exercise bike, followed by a cross-trainer. Kyrex without fail wound up on the machine next to me, chatting to me all the while. The conversation definitely made the workout that much harder. You know, they hold a competition every year. Next one is coming up real soon. You should sign up. Me? Oh, I can't fight to save my life. What good would I be? Never know until you try. There's prize money involved, too, and the admiration of the adoring crowd. I don't know. I'll keep it in mind, but no promises, okay? When did you say it started again? It's a couple weeks out, I think. Yeah, there's no way I'd be fighting fit in that time. You sure you don't want to join just for fun? My idea of fun doesn't involve being beaten up. That ain't the point. It's to challenge yourself, to push your limits. And get beaten up all the while. You're such a wet blanket. And whatever you say. Well, I'm done for the day. I'm gonna hit the showers. Oh, well, let me join you then. Really? We had our showers, individually thankfully, though through which Kyrex hadn't stopped talking. It alternated between boasting and compliments. He clearly had an angle, and I had a pretty good idea of what it was. Considering that being alone with him wearing only a towel was perhaps mildly uncomfortable, then again, perhaps... Besides, the best bit of flying solo is variety. You can sample all the different flavors if you know what I'm getting at. I can only imagine. Yeah, I'm sure you can. Hell, a lot of them get sampled right here. Oh, whoa. Right? Here? Yep, things get a little messy at times when the gym staff go home. I'd never look at the locker room benches the same way again. Does this happen often? Sometimes. A few good regulars come through here. If it happens to be the right people at the right time, things happen. I should watch what times I come in then. Why? Hoping to get some action? Or avoid it. That's no fun. You gotta live a little. I don't know if that's really my scene. How do you know until you try? I mean... Guess that ain't your scene, huh? Still hot on your fella? Of course. Well, if you change your mind, there's a whole thing happening in town on Saturday, so we'll have the run of the place. That'll be a pretty good turnout here. Saturday, huh? Yeah, it'll be fun, I promise. Like I've said, I've kind of got my own thing going on, so I wouldn't count on me turning up. Hey, no pressure, I just think you'll have fun is all. Sure, whatever you say. It seemed as though what I'd said on my previous visit had done little to deter Kyrex. The offer was there nonetheless. If I wasn't interested, perhaps it would just be easier to find another way to get my exercise. That was awkward. Hey, there was a big gay orgy on Saturday. Contrary to Lucas's advice, I had decided to check in on Eric and see how he was doing. He hadn't been walking well when Lucas and I had dropped him home, and I found myself a little worried. I'd figured Eric wouldn't be that happy to see me, so I stopped in and grabbed some takeout along the way as a sort of bartering chip just in case. I could only hope food was as motivating to him as it was to Diego. His house was small and a little overgrown, sitting on the outskirts of the suburb leading into the woods. Given the size, one could only assume Eric lived alone. Ding dong. I rang the doorbell and impatiently waited for a response. It wasn't long before a familiar face peeked through the door. Brian, what are you doing back here? No, that's not the voice I was doing. Okay. Hi, Eric. I was just wanting to check in on you, make sure you're okay and all that. I'm fine. Tougher than you look, you know. I'm tougher than I look, you know. Besides, I barely even a scratch. Looking downward, I could see Eric resting his weight on the door frame with his bandaged foot raised slightly. Evidently. May I come in? Why? To check on your foot and to make sure you're taking care of it properly. You think I'm some kind of baby? I know how to take care of myself. I know you do. I'm just a little concerned is all. Well, don't be. I have burgers? Ugh, you twisted my arm. Fine, come on in. Success! I passed Eric a burger as he hobbled over to a chair and sat down. I grabbed my own and sat in a chair nearby. So, what really brings you here? I told you, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. You're awfully invested for someone I just met. Sure you ain't caught feelings? Have a way with the handsome dudes like yourself. Hate to break it to you, but it ain't that. Sure, well, my foot ain't that bad. I'll be fine in a day or two. I've recovered from worse. I recalled my conversation with Lucas earlier. He said his pride was wounded and that he'd be somewhat inhospitable until such a time had passed. He'd also suggested keeping my distance, but I suppose I took that more of a challenge than anything else. He just needed a few kind words to reestablish his self-esteem. You know, I was impressed by how easily you lifted those steel beams earlier. You're stronger than you look. Than I look? What's that supposed to mean? Maybe Lucas was right. Maybe I wasn't cut out for this. I just mean, I was impressed, that's all. Were you? Yeah, even Lucas was saying you do good work. Sounds to me like you're a credit to the team. Well, I'm one of his regulars for a reason. He doesn't like me much, but he knows I can hold my own. I wouldn't say he doesn't like you. He definitely says some good things. I mean, among all the bad, I'm sure. He didn't say too many bad things. Please, even I can tell you're lying. So far, my attempts to cheer him up were disastrous. I had half a mind to get up and sprint from the room, but that wasn't a totally ridiculous overreaction. Instead, I'd double down and attempt to correct course and salvage what I could for the conversation. Well, I was impressed anyway. Like I said, you're pretty strong, and you clearly know what you're doing. You'd hope so. It's my job. And thanks to you, I know the basics of building a stage. Seriously? You learned something from that? Yeah, you made it look easy. Like you said, it was like watching a master at work. You know what? What? Watching you flounder like this is kind of funny. What do you mean? Lucas put you up to this. Up to what? Coming here to try and cheer me up. Actually, no, quite the opposite, in fact. He said I should keep my distance. Typical. He gave up on that a long time ago on account of his terrible people skills. Honestly, you're pretty terrible at it, too. It's actually quite entertaining. Hey, is this the thanks I get for coming all the way out here? You haven't done nothing yet. Keep trying. Now that you've criticized me, I don't want to. You're adorable when you're mad. What? Shut up! I suppose it was like they say, laughter is the best medicine. I may have completely failed at what I was trying to do, but my failures seemed to achieve the desired result regardless. Eric seemed to be back to his ordinary horrible self. He called me a what now? A hornball, I think it was. So he did. Clearly my advances haven't been lost on him after all. What, really? You want to date Lucas? Date? Nah. Having a sourpuss like him around all the time would be a total bore. I just want to see what's under those shorts, you know? You're awful. And proud of it. I guess I'm hoping for something with a little more substance, like a relationship or something. Hey, that's fair. How's that been going? It's a work in progress, I suppose. There's actually a few guys I'm interested in. Ooh. Out of the blue, Eric had shot bolt upright in excitement. Tell me. Tell you what? About the guys. Well, so long as you don't speak a word of this to anyone, okay? My lips are sealed. Alright, well, there's Diego. He's a big part of the reason I moved to Woodcrest in the first place. We were best friends in university and we sort of fell out of contact when he moved here. I had hoped in moving here that we could rekindle our friendship. In the short time I've been here, I've really enjoyed his company. We still get along like a house on fire, and he's still a wonderful friend. I could kind of see he and I were getting together. The timing of it all on his end is a little weird, though. It kind of seems like he's going through some stuff right now. Yeah, you can say that again. Wait, you know him? Yeah, he helped us out once or twice here, and there when we've been really short on people. And his ex-boyfriend used to be one of our more regular workers. Really? His ex? I had no idea. Yeah, Lucas fired him the other day, though. He was kind of an asshole, so good riddance. Oh, right, Lucas did mention firing a guy. I had no idea it was Diego's ex, though. I guess I'm sort of his replacement. Maybe it's fate telling you that you and Diego are meant to be together, too. That's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? You're no fun. Anyway, what about the other candidates? There's Axel. I first met him on the train ride over. Oh, the cheetah that delivers groceries, right. That's right, he did say he delivered to Lucas every so often. Well, he's really sweet and upbeat. Seems incredibly genuine, if a little naive. He's a neat guy, though. Him and Dom seem to have this whole thing going on, though. Wait, what? Really? What'd I miss? I don't honestly know. They're always together and seem to have an almost brotherly relationship. If that were the extent of it, I wouldn't be worried, but... But what? Go on. I've seen the way Axel looks at Dom and how he reacts to Dom's teasing. I just feel as though there's something more to it. As for Dom, I honestly have no idea. He keeps his composure very well. I think he's too perceptive not to be aware of it, but I've never seen him acknowledge or act on it. Ooh, it could be a love triangle. Spicy. That's what I'm worried about. It could be complicated, but then again, maybe I'm wrong about all this. I just don't know, but they're great guys nonetheless. You work with Dom. Perhaps you have some ideas? No, not really. We don't talk really much. We don't really talk much. I think he finds me annoying or something. Honestly, I wasn't surprised by this in the slightest. So, is there anyone else? Seeing as you know everybody, I assume you're familiar with Ty? Really? The bar owner? You've got the hots for him? He's mature, articulate, and incredibly perceptive. He's also, I don't know, I guess you'd say something of an enigma? What makes you say that? He always seems to know more than he's letting on, and when I think about it, I barely know a single thing about him. He's kind of mysterious, you know? It's kind of intriguing. He has some serious dad energy. Dad energy? What the hell? Heh, don't worry about it. Nothing like an established and mature man. And I bet he's packing some serious dick. What? Cool your jets! Heh, anyway, is that the lot? Nope, there's also, well, Lucas. Ooh, mighty fine taste if I do say so myself. He's extremely gruff and seems kind of mean, but despite how he may seem, I get the feeling he's actually quite kind-hearted. And there's other things about him, too. I bet it's that smoking hot bod. Lucas was right. You're a complete hornball. Guilty as charged. Anyway, I just feel like there's more to him, you know? A side I haven't seen. He seems to be very well guarded. Perhaps it's my curiosity more than anything, but I'd be interested in seeing what's hidden beneath that hard shell of his. And those pants. I have to ask, you're not, like, mad about this, are you? About what? That I'm interested in Lucas. I know you've got the hots for him and all. Doesn't worry me a bit, but you do have to promise me one thing. What? If you see it, I want a description, like a detailed description. Oh my god! And be warned, you'll have staunch competition. I hadn't the heart to suggest that Lucas almost certainly wasn't interested in him in that way, but then again, there was no guarantee to be interested in me either. Good to know? Anyway, what do you think? What do you mean? Who's it gonna be? Oh, what? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Besides, there's nothing to say. There's nothing to say to any of them. There's nothing to say any of them would be interested in me. Oh, come on, humor me. If you had to date just one, who would it be? I don't... Come on, pick one. Eric was forcing me to choose between my candidates. To be honest, I hadn't really taken the time to seriously consider who I wanted to pursue. Perhaps now was as good an opportunity as any. Wow, you actually do get quite a few choices. Wow, it's 5 choices in total, damn. I'm gonna do with Diego. Creating a save on this menu is a great idea. Wow, thank you, mysterious voice. Pursue Diego. Are you sure you want to pursue a relationship with Diego? Yes. Despite the array of guys I was interested in, it dawned on me that I had my heart set on Diego from the very beginning. Alright. I'll go ahead and save this right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have definitely picked Diego for this run. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks or a tip if you can. It always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!